Gangster movies have been around nearly since films were created. Gangster flicks are just as diverse as gangsters themselves. Some are loud and violent, others intimate by the calm. Some are horrific, others romantic or funny or just plain weird. You'll find all kinds on our definitive list of the best gangster movies. Welcome to BingeTv, and here are the top 10 best gangster movies. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel to see our latest content. Without further ado, let's begin the video. 10th place, The Irishman. Frank Sheeran, an Irish-American truck driver and war veteran, gets involved with mobster Russell Bufalino and his crime family. Through Bufalino, he crosses paths with union leader Jimmy Hoffa, who also has ties to organized crime. Thus begins a working friendship that spans almost 2 decades. The start of The Irishman brings maturity and elegance to the gangster genre that is unmatched. 9th place, Scarface. A Cuban refugee builds a massive drug empire after illegally immigrating to Miami. Unfortunately, power spoils his mind, making him fall out with key allies. Assassins attempt to kill Tony, who escapes with a bullet wound. He confronts Frank and Bernstein, sure that they orchestrated the attack. Frank confesses his involvement at gunpoint and begs for his life, but Tony and Manny shoot him dead before killing Bernstein. Tony marries Elvira and becomes the distributor of Sosa's product, using his profits to build a multi-million-dollar business empire and construct a large, heavily guarded estate. 8th place, Public Enemies. John Dillinger intrudes on the Indiana State Penitentiary, jailbreaking his crew. During the firefight, his mentor Walter is killed. Dillinger and company change clothes and eat at a nearby farm before driving to a safe house on Chicago's east side. Dillinger meets Billy Frechette at a restaurant and impresses her by buying her a fur coat. Frechette falls for Dillinger even after he reveals his identity, and they become inseparable. Police arrest Dillinger and his gang in Arizona after a fire breaks out in their Hotel Congress. Dillinger is deported to Indiana, where Sheriff Liam Hawley locks him up in the Lake County Jail in Crown Point. 7th place, American Gangster. Frank Lucas, a criminal, takes over his boss Bumpy Johnson's business after his death. Lucas built the biggest drug empire in the United States. 2 incredible actors, Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe, play the role of villain and hero. Fans enjoy every moment of the film as it strikes an outstanding balance between ratifying crime and condemning it. The film has great fighting and shooting scenes, including where Lucas shoots a debtor in the middle of a street. 6th place, Reservoir Dogs. 6 thieves are hired to steal diamonds. Unfortunately, things go wrong. While fleeing with Orange, who was shot during the escape and is bleeding severely in the back of White's car, White and Orange meet Pink, who believes that the job was a setup and that the police were waiting for them. White informs them that Brown is dead, Blue and Blonde are missing, and Blonde murdered several civilians during the heist. Pink has hidden the diamonds nearby. He argues with White over whether to get medical attention for Orange, and the pair draws guns at each other. They stand down when Blonde arrives with a kidnapped police officer, Marvin Nash. 5th place, The Untouchables. Brian De Palma focuses this period thriller on the good guys rather than the bad ones, but gave them perhaps one of the most infamous real-life gangsters of all time to square off against Al Capone, played with simmering menace by Robert De Niro. The battle of wills between Capone, his ruthless supporters, and Elliot Ness's upstanding, fearless police unit gives this film such a lasting charge. 4th place, The Departed. The Departed is adapted from the Hong Kong film Infernal Affairs. The Departed is an excellent movie in its own right. Scorsese paints a sensational portrait of South Boston crime, with Jack Nicholson commanding the screen in one of his all-time great performances. The Departed is loud, explosive, and consequential. It is one of the great gangster movies of all time. It just doesn't say much beyond its subject matter. 3rd place, Casino. A group associate is tasked with running one of the biggest casinos in Vegas. The guy is great at his job, but is in trouble because of his naive friend and girlfriend. Their silliness has led to destroying his business and everything he owns. Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone have done their job beautifully and prevented any plot concern from being an issue. 2nd place, Goodfellas. Henry Hill becomes enamored by the criminal life and mafia presence in his working-class Italian-American neighborhood in Brooklyn. A woman initially troubled by Henry's criminal activities marries him despite her parents' disapproval. Billy Batts, a made man in the Gambino crime family, recently released from prison, degrades Tommy at a nightclub owned by Henry. Tommy and Jimmy beat, stab, and fatally shoot Billy. Jimmy, Henry, and Tommy bury the body in upstate New York. 6 months later, Jimmy learns that the burial site is slated for development, prompting them to exhume and relocate the decomposing corpse. Honorable mentions.
I'm not interested in your friends in high places, and I don't trust politicians.
No, if we listened to you, we'd still be rolling drunk.
Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you were made guy.
I tell your son to go to school, to go to...
You don't understand. It's not what you say, it's what he sees.
First place, The Godfather. Francis Ford Coppola's arrogant mobster epic is packed with dialogue and scene setting that have since been enshrined in the gangster movie lexicon. Michael, noticing his hand, doesn't shake when he lights a cigarette. The bodyguard's sidelong glance at Michael's lovingly Sicilian bride prepares to start the car are some of the best scenes in the movie. Dialogue from the movie, especially the line, "I'll make him an offer he can't refuse," become a common phrase, and scenes from the film were frequently quoted in other movies and TV shows. So what are your thoughts on these movies? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.